Number 63, TT-20 West Creek. This was a project. I was using that time my US Dream, feeding the compressor, Cool Music, hitting my 65 Deluxe with my standard reverb and delay. So, we did some work on this guitar. The neck on this guitar is really nice, okay? Bone nut, roller string trees. I kept the original, oh, see, the plastic's still on them. Original tuners, because they're good. If they weren't good, I wouldn't keep them. However, I did change the pickups. I put a humbucker Fleor hot rail in the bridge. It is splittable, but I didn't use it. I left the tone pot here. With the 47 cap, I meant to change it, but I forgot. And the volume, and the blade switch, and the hat. I changed the hat to a standard TELE style with a blade switch. Artec TFA 65 fat pole, copy of a Seymour Duncan fat pole, which is my favorite neck pickup. I do not like dark neck pickups on TELEs. I'm not a jazz guy. I don't need that moody, dark, deep, sad sound from it. Now the blue on this is a lot less blue in person than it somewhat looks like on camera, but it's not a bad blue. I thought it was going to be a little bit darker, but it's a little bit lighter, and it's okay. I kept the pickguard because you really can't find a pickguard like this anywhere else, right? It's customized. All right, that's the good stuff. The bad stuff was, again, like J-Man had, they had drilled these holes too deep. And again, I mentioned WESTCREEK has put this on Gibson copy guitars, and they got them right. They didn't over drill the holes and fill them with flat washers. So J-Man and I both had to take those flat washers out of there that was in there because they were biting in the threads of the screws, and we had to put in washers that you normally put here on the tuning pegs because it has a wider opening, but the outside diameter fit the inside of the ferrule slot. So we had to put those in there and glue them and all that stuff. This guitar particularly had another problem in that the neck pocket here is not flat. It's sloped towards the bottom here like that. I also had a gouge in this side along the wall, which I filled in with resin. And I sanded it, and then I didn't sand it enough the first time around, and it stayed a little bit too high, and every time I would try to do a bend, it would choke out. Now it doesn't, because in the last couple of days when I took this out again, I'm thinking, yeah, damn, I don't know what to do about this thing. Well, then I went back into the pocket, and I found the slope. And there is a tiny little bit of a gap here where I have a shim on just this corner beside this screw to level out the neck. And now it doesn't choke. If only, right? I mean, neck pockets they do with CNC machines, routers. It's a neck pocket. It doesn't matter which style guitar you're doing it on. You put a neck pocket and you put a bolt-on neck. It's the same as any of the Gibsons. So I don't know why they screwed these up on the first run. I suspect they might have done them in a different factory than the Gibsons. I don't know. Don't know for sure. But anywho, it's a string through. Got the Dario strings on it. I was finally able to fix that pocket. I had to take this off, and I worked on it for a day and a half to figure out the problem. I had to get my chisels out and scrape on the inside the epoxy resin that was kind of built up along the wall a little bit too much. So I got that right down low where it just filled the gap. And then I found that I had to put a .31 shim on this corner to get this thing to level up properly. Now, in those endeavors, I also had from here up to the end unleveled frets again. And I did a full fret job on this neck as well. And so, while I had it open, I taped it up and I re-leveled all this stuff. Tried to do a little bit of a fall away. It didn't seem to help when I put it back together, and I'm thinking, okay. And then afterwards, I found that if I put the shim in that corner, diggity-boo, it works. So now it plays and feels and works like it was originally intended to be. Okay? As I'm recording this, this guitar and the JX-20 were selling on Temu for, I think this one was $40, $50 less than on Amazon. And the JX-20 was $60 less than Amazon. But at the time of recording, the JX-20, which was $299.99, they were now offering a $50 off coupon on it, which helped bring it down closer to what they were selling it on Temu, which was $280, I think. No, $260, because it's $299.99. This one you can get for $223 instead of, $239 on Temu. Although this was more expensive. I can't remember what it was, but I think it's $223 on Temu as I'm recording it. And they're saying, oh, only one or two left. So by the time you hear this, there won't be any left. So JX and TT-20s are my two WESTCREEK guitars that are Fender style guitars. The only two that like that. And now there's no other models coming out of them for probably a little while. It's like the Musis. They're going to disappear for a bit, I think. Musi hasn't come back yet. Although J-Man tells me they've told him they're coming out with some more guitars. I don't know when. It may well have happened by the time you see this recording. So here we are. It's a TT-20 WESTCREEK Telecaster. We're going to cut it there, and number 63 will go down into the record book. I appreciate all your support. Catch you all in the next one.